Up and down, around and round we go. We got a roller coaster kind of love. Amusement park, the full of sparks. The fireworks don't start until the screaming starts and broken hearts begin to fall apart. We got a roller coaster kind of love. Up and down, around and round we go. Enjoy the ride, 'cause you never know when the wheels won't turn no more. Love, 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 love as hard as you can. There's a storm coming, no sun shining, but we ain't going nowhere. We be in love even when it's raining, yelling and complaining. Somehow we see beauty in all of this chaos. Love can hurt so good, be misunderstood by those who don't know. A love like this. Yo, I never knew a love like this. Had to be something special for me to write this. Yo, we had something special. Like said in La Vida, felt like a new love daily. Like Cole and Big Shirley. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Like Quincy and Monica, play you for your heart type love. Like Dwayne and Whitley. We was definitely in a different world. Like Angela and Marcus, always questioning, why get married? It seemed like a string we would hold on like Jody and Yvette, hoping that one day, like George and Wheezy, we'd move on up to the east side, to a better place in love. Y'all, I'm telling you, we had something special. Together, we made classical music. My heart was her heart. She strummed it beautifully. Her soul, my saxophone. I breathed light into her life and we watched the moon get jealous. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Man, seemed like every day was a struggle in love. Relationship status is always complicated. Friends in ears talking about, well, maybe y'all should just let it go. And we be like, well, maybe you ain't never been in love like I've been in love before. Man, that was her favorite song. Yo, man, we had something special. Man, that girl gave me the blues. More hues than Langston could even imagine. But I'd be right back in line whenever that roller coaster line ended. Man, some days we fought like Ali and Frazier. Other days we made love like Alan and Jada. Passionate. We didn't care who saw or heard us. No, we had something special. Now, I drove a broke down hoopty, but she rode with me like it was a Benz. All I had was my dreams. Sometimes she dreamed with me. When I didn't dream, she believed in me. When I felt hopeless, she breathed in me. Y'all, we had something special. So special. I couldn't just write about it in no average kind of way because, like, nothing about our love was average. I never knew a love like this. Had to be something special for me to write this.
It was spring when we met.
The birds were chirping.
Flowers were blooming.
The sun was shining.
It was spring, a season when old things die and new are born.
Now, in my world, an old love had died and gone to hell.
Meanwhile, I was a young girl whose youthful days were finally giving birth to a woman. It was time for a new chapter
in my life.
I had no clear view of what was next, but I did know I wasn't looking for love.
It's 8:17 p.m. and the host introduced her. Give it up for the youngest poet taking it over. She came to the stage and grabbed the microphone like she owned it. And when she opened her mouth, I knew she did.
This next piece is called God's Creation. And you can snap if you feel it. It's no secret that God has placed his fingertips on you because your existence is divinely designed. When we touch, it's like you're touching my soul and injecting my heart with love potions. Your presence is so potent to the point that if you were poison, I would purposely take a piece of you on my plate and prepare myself for intake. And perhaps, if your worth had a price, I would purchase you with no problem. You remind me of perfection. Your perforated edges so perfect and precise. They say that when God Picasso'd you onto this canvas called life, he painted you the color of love and placed you in a frame of perfection. You hang on the wall of my heart. You are expensive art, masterpiece you are, valuable yet priceless. We be presidential like Barack and Michelle, but we so crazy like Martin and Gina, full of life like youthful days. May I please have a refill of your presence and a side of your sun-kissed smile. You do something extraordinary to my soul. For so long I didn't know what it was, but now I know that you are God's greatest creation. Thank you.
Man, she stood on that stage and slang her spoken word like a hustler do herb. Man, I wanted to become one of her loyal customers. She had that blue magic, and I was high off her diction.
From behind the mic, I saw him staring at me like he was trying to figure out the chemical makeup to my DNA. I performed my heart out that night like I had something to prove.
Now, it had been a while since Butterfly's last paid visit to my belly. But there's something about this new woman that kept my nerves alert. I approached her unsure, confidence absent. Excuse me. Sister, you were amazing. One of the dopest female poets I'd heard in a long time.
For real? Thank you. I'm such a fan of your spoken word. I can't believe I'm actually meeting you. And to be receiving a compliment, my night is made.
Oh, I ain't doing that. I appreciate that, but all I'm trying to do is keep my dream alive.
If you say so, master poet.
Say, you real cute.
You mean that metaphorically or literally?
I guess both. But listen, I see your fan club out there about to talk to you. I just want to know, can I call you sometime?
Yeah, hit me up. It's the landline. This is my Facebook. This is Instagram. This is Twitter. Don't want to miss that.
All right.
Listen, hit me up. Don't wait a week to do it either, because I know how you poetic brothers be doing.
All right. How about you check your phone, man? Hey. Gotcha. And that's how it all began. I was just chilling, minding my business at a poetry slam. Not too long after, we started hanging out daily. To be honest,
I wasn't looking for love. I was 18 years young, freshman in college, ready to take on the world. But he did things to my young mind and body I had never experienced before. He opened my doors. He kissed me so soft. He hugged me passionately. He asked me questions like he really wanted to know me. He made me think outside the box. And to top it off, he never let me pay for anything. He showed me right away what a real man looked like and what a real man felt like.
Man, I was 21 and still trying to find myself. Not to mention, I was still getting over a previous heartbreak. Man, this woman went and had a baby on me, y'all. Baby came out with green eyes and bright skin. Both of us milk chocolate brown. I guess you could say I was still bitter, but this new woman, she made things feel better.
He drove 60 miles every weekend to pick me up from my dorm room.
Yeah. I used to talk on the phone with her for hours daily. When she sent a text, pew, I text right back.
Have you ever flown before? Feet off the ground, like you were at one with the wind, like you had wings? Well, I have. Every time we touched, I flew.
Man, hey, have you ever met a real angel before? I mean, she had the wings, the halo, and everything.
He was perfect.
I knew. I knew before I could even fix my lips to say it. I knew it. I loved her. But it was way, way too soon to tell her. She was a dream.
He was always dreaming. I recall seeing stars in his eyes. He wanted something more than the average man. I remember them having the deepest conversations. And some nights, she'd rock him to sleep just to wake him up so he could dream again. And he was loyal to that dream. That's the main reason I fell for him. He made me want to dream.
It was spring. It seemed like this season lasted forever. And I didn't want it to end. Man, it was winter. And I had moved from my apartment on the hill to my mama's living room floor. From my king-size bed to an air mattress. And it just let me know how far I still had to go. But I wasn't alone. She was right there with me. She was right there with me. Man, look. I used to get on the floor and cuddle on the mattress, and it was good. It was good.
My third semester of college was finally coming to an end, and we were happy as ever.
I remember lying on the floor, cuddling on the air mattress. I remember feeling like Adam as I finally swallowed my pride and told my Eve, I love you.
Uh-oh.
Felt like Dave before she replied.
I love you too.
She seemed so unsure.
I was unsure. I was sure, but I wasn't sure. But I guess I was sure. I loved him. But I guess I was just afraid of how much I loved him. We both knew that our love was going nowhere but up from here.
Man, we got so serious that I started acting protective and jealous and curious about who she was texting and who texting her. I ain't want to share any of them.
Before I knew it, I had forgot about everyone in my life. He was all that seemed to matter to me. And I mean, of course, I wanted to go to the college parties and turn up, but I didn't want him upset.
Man, we were inseparable. Now, I went from hanging out on the weekends and shooting ball every other day to being a stay-at-home boyfriend. Man, this woman slowed me all the way down.
It was good.
Real good. Hey, babe, hey, check out this song I wrote for you.
Oh,
all right?
Get your note.
Me?
Yeah, because you be off sometimes.
Yeah. I never met a girl like you before, but I want to get to love you and some more. Said I never met a girl like you before, but I want to get to know you and some more. Go to a place so we can explore your mind.
Hey.
Yeah, and baby, listen.
Okay.
We could take a walk on the boulevard, or take a cab to the movies, or go to the altar and altar our lives forever, baby.
You better sing.
You like that?
You better sing. I used to love when he sang to me, child. He made me feel so secure, like I was the only woman in the world. Yes, honey.
Hello? What's up? Nah, she ain't here. Yeah. So what time you coming to the show tonight? No, we got like this open relation. She ain't really my girl, but you know. Yeah. For real? What'd you go wear? For real. Yeah, that's just my cat. Okay, it's tonight. All right. Hey, baby, looking like the.
Hi.
What's up?
Who was that on the phone?
On the
Phone.
On the phone. That was just Leslie from the poetry shop. She just wanted to know what time the show starts tonight. That's all.
So you telling me Leslie can't read a flyer?
Man, don't start tripping, man. You ain't got to do all of that.
Is that what you telling me?
You tripping. You tripping.
Whatever.
What?
Whatever. Niggas. The season was autumn, when the leaves turned their truest, most brightest colors. I mean, he wasn't the most wholesome man when I met him, and plus he made his living entertaining. So I wasn't completely shocked to find out that I wasn't the only woman he was entertaining, but damn it, I was hurt.
I knew she deserved better. But hell, I just wasn't ready to let go of my old habits. To be honest, I felt invincible. Like I couldn't get caught. Hello? Yeah.
The truth somehow always seems to catch you. It creeps and it crawls until eventually it finds its way to the light.
Hold on. I meant to cut out all those meaningless relationships. I mean, I knew they meant me no good.
I'd be a fool to keep ignoring all the signs. Text messages going off at night, him carrying the phone with him everywhere he went, and even people in my ear. But I chose to play the fool and pull the veil over my eyes until one day the truth came knocking at my door and I had no choice but to answer. As I was looking in his bag for a pen to write with, I found a pill bottle, a prescription with his name on it. What is this?
Looks like a prescription bottle.
It is a prescription bottle, dated for over a month ago with your name on it.
I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry.
Who the hell gave it to you?
It's mine.
And furthermore, why didn't you tell me about this?
Sorry, babe. I didn't. I'm sorry.
A week later, after visiting the clinic, I had a prescription bottle to match his. I had it too. This man that I love never ceased to amaze me. What did he give you this time, girl? Flowers? No. Jewelry? No. A vacation? No. He gave me the gift that no girl wants to get. He gave me an STD.
For the first time in my life, there wasn't a sound in the world. The world muted. Not a sound to be heard.
Should I stay?
I'm sorry.
Should I go? Questions I juggled for days. But I still stayed. Crazy, right? For months, I sat on couches with counselors only to keep coming back to the same conclusion. I love that man. Maybe even more than I love myself.
The home we built in love was damaged and falling apart. We remained each other's rooftop, caught up with chaos.
We held on, but we were unsure where we could go from here.
But one thing was for sure,
we were crazy in love. really sure what season this was.
Man, we were all over the place.
Let's just call it bipolar season.
Love, I have you doing things you said you never do. Our love wasn't crazy.
It was just passionate.
I remember I went out one time without telling her. I carried him home to my computer screen smashed in.
He responded by putting his foot through the mirrors of my car.
Damn right.
But guess what happened the next day? We cuddled on the couch like nothing even happened. Baby.
Huh?
Do you remember the time you got so mad at me? You put me out the house and you called the police on me.
Man, you remember that time you cut my arm with them scissors? Or the time you keyed my car? Or what about the time you tried to fight that girl at the poetry show?
She was so ugly.
She wasn't.
She was ugly.
She wasn't that ugly.
Do you remember the time you stood outside my house for hours and you literally called me 650 times?
No, I didn't. No. You remember that time you grabbed me by my shirt and said,
the only way out of this relationship is death.
ooh, it's cemented. But to be honest, I can't say that I was too bothered by a threat. Because at that time, I wasn't bothered by the concept of death. I was more afraid of living without her. Something about her absence left my heart with a hole.
Something about his presence made me whole. I can't quite put my finger on what it was, but she had a hold on my mind, body, and soul.
This shit is a love Jones. I be the blues in her right thigh.
I be the funk in his left. I call this the blues for the man I can't help but love. Is that all right?
Hey, but now that we talking about this, our love was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Why we gotta argue so much? Why we just can't be in love? This can't be healthy now. You're killing my vibe and you're hurting my heart at the same time. Why we gotta argue so much? We should just be in love. This can't be healthy now. You're killing my vibe and you're hurting my heart at the same time.
You know what? I wouldn't accuse you if you hadn't done the shit in the first place.
Oh, so we gonna keep bringing up shit from a year ago, really?
Hell yeah. You still entertaining hoes, ain't you?
Here we go.
Let me see your phone.
What?
If you don't have nothing to hide, let me see your phone.
I'm not going there with you. Stop with that bullshit.
You should have thought about that before you brought home that pill bottle with your nasty ass.
Look, hey, your shit ain't as secret as you think it is. Lawrence, Donald, some nigga from Birmingham calling you at 3:45 a.m.?
Boy.
Yeah. And then she'll find a way to avoid her fault in it all. Never acknowledging her flaws. Turn around and say, I'm the one to blame. And somehow I walk away like, damn, maybe I am. Look, I admit, I know I took an angel from heaven and drug her through the mud. Took her heart and abused it and caused tears to fall from my eyes. Then turn around and ask why. I became the very monster I used to write about in my poems. And I gave birth to storms when all she wanted to be was the sun in my dark skies. I was never good at keeping nice things nice. I was known for damaging fragile goods. I wanted to keep this one good. I couldn't quite get right. My wrong wins again, and I lose. Like always, like often, like before. And I done been here before. This season seems so familiar, like a rerun. I try to change the channel, but the batteries in the remote are dead. The knob on the television is broken. So what do? I sit back and resort to watching the show.
If you don't want to be here, then go. Okay, I'll go. I'll go.
I ain't got no gas money, man.
It's like we were at war, in love. We shoot each other's emotions with words that pierce like hollow points. But we'd always nurse each other with apologies. I'm sorry.
Sometimes we made no sense, like Bobby and Whitney.
But we always made hits like Ike and Tina.
Had heavy arguments like Jody and Yvette. But they'd always end with back scratching and love making.
It's amazing how I hate you can turn into I love you in the blink of an eye, in the change of a scene.
Say, babe, hey, come here. Long interest.
Quick as ever. We lie in bed, bodies exposed, problems answered, with the weight of the world off our shoulders. Our moans always seem to mute the roars in the room.
Taming the beast in both of us. Now this was the time when the war in our world was calm.
But then, those insecurities would come knocking at the doors of our hearts again. And we couldn't ignore it. The arguing would continue, and the distance would grow. I needed to leave. Hell, so I did.
Babe, hey, babe, don't go.
I got in my car and I drove for hours. Hours turned into days.
I tried to call her at least 1,000 times. No answer. Pick up the phone. You see me calling you.
I was tired. Tired of the lies. Tired of the arguing. Tired of the bullshit. Tired of the insecurities. I mean, every time I saw him with another woman, I just knew in my mind that they were sleeping around. I was paranoid. Hell, I was going crazy. I had to leave.
If you love her, let her go. If it's meant to be, she'll be back again. If she don't, it's all right. Because seasons are supposed to change. Things die and things they grow. That's just how the wind blows. She don't love me no more. She say, I pissed away what we had with last night's liquor. So what I do? Pull up and drink. Only to find her absent as a result of my actions. My niggas don't realize what they got until it's gone. Like day when it's night. Like the sun when it rains. Like sight when you're blind. Especially when what you had was so precious the entire time. I wish I could put these days on rewind and back to a time before I made tears fall from my eyes. Wish my apologies still mattered enough for her to stay after my mistakes. She say, my sorrows hold as much weight as loose feathers. Promises are forever, whispering in the whirling wind. While I Stevie wonder who's holding the keys to her heart. She changed the locks and denied me access to her most valuable organ. Organs being played with no strings or keys to echo the tune and mellows. Sound waves traveling in the distant wind. Broken records on repeat sound like the black souls burning in the Mississippi. Nights like this I wish that raindrops would fall and put out the flames. I'm burning from a lack of my confessions. I guess my skeletons wouldn't have mattered as much coming from my mouth, but you found out in the daily news. My deceit on the front cover of your friends' conversations. All you wanted was a lifetime commitment, 7 kids, and a friendship. And I treated it like it was too much to ask for. Now I'm lonely, looking at my phone, waiting for your name and number to appear in my text message notification. Feel like it's been 2,167 days, and I'm still waiting. But I Stevie wonder who's holding the keys to your heart. If you love her, let her go. If it's meant to be, she'll be back again. If you don't, it's all right. 'Cause seasons are supposed to.
Baby. 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 Get up. You're going to sleep your life away. Get up. What a mess. Get up. Oh. Get up.
breath of fresh air. It's spring again. It's season when old things die and new are born. And I was trying to give birth to a new man. A man she deserved. Not to mention, there was a new life growing inside of her. That's right. I'm about to be your papa.
Boy. Yeah. I was back. He was the only thing that ever felt like home. She was my home. Familiar.
Safe.
Comfortable.
Honest.
Consistent.
Pure.
Natural.
What? Hey.
I missed his musty odor.
I missed her nagging.
I missed his random wet kisses.
I miss how she used to lay her head on my chest, or how she used to cross her leg on my leg and we cuddled.
I miss how he would grab the first pair of jeans he saw. It didn't matter if they were dirty or wrinkled. Didn't even matter. Babe, we gotta wash those.
I miss how she would experiment with anything. Food, furniture, my hair, her hair.
He was imperfect, but he was everything that I needed.
She was the director to the symphony in my mind. I hummed hymns to the moon and begged the galaxy to give birth to a star, to put it in her universe.
He broke his back just to give me the little that he had. I watched him take one seed and create valleys of gardens. He was so proud.
And I was just so proud of how far we had come.
We had gone through hell,
but somehow landed in calm blue waters.
I guess love wasn't done with us yet.
I missed her.
I missed him. So I done what made sense. What we all do, or should do. What even animals do when they're homesick. I went home.
It was the perfect weekend. Our entire family was there. We spent the day floating on the river. Now, while her mom and my mom were bonding over recipes, me, her, and the kids tried and failed to create a bonfire so we could sit around and tell ghost stories. Now, the next day was heavily anticipated by me and her little sister. Ooh, I was nervous, yet excited. The next day, I looked at her little sister and my niece with the, "It's about to go down" face. Excuse me, everybody. May I have your attention, please? I got something to say. I want to read a poem that I've been working on for the last 4 years. And well, the love of my life is the inspiration behind every single word. I call this a poem for the woman I can't help but love. Okay. I don't do well with writing love poems, so I often write about the struggle and black issues. But your existence has forced me to step outside my comfort zone. When we first met, I was a broken man, but you still accepted me. You gave me 100% and even offered a tip. I was so undeserving of all the gifts you showered me with, but I guess you've seen how deprived I was, how I limped in pain from a missing rib, or how I humped over from the lack of a backbone. But you became my rib and my backbone and made me whole again. You lifted me up when I was just a fallen man. You loved me harder than I was willing to love myself. Loved me when I was lost trying to find myself in someone else. Even when I stayed in them cheap hotels, you remained my home. I guess you knew all the time where I belonged. You were my anchor when I was just a floating ship. You held me down. And it's only right I do the same for you. It's only right I do the same for you. Listen, if you die, I'm going with you. We'll be the Romeo and Juliet of the 21st century. You made me realize how, you did. You made me realize how, though I have tasted a sample of success, I still have the potential to go so much further.
That's right.
You pointed out my flaws
Yes,
whenever I was blinded by my pride. You became my biggest fan and my toughest critic.
That's right.
I love you. And I often can't stand your ass.
Wait.
But more than that, I can't stand to be without you. I don't imagine God put it in his plan for us to live without one another. Speaking about life, about those 7 kids. Hell, I say let's have 27.
No.
Creating life is like creating art. We both art. It's only right we do it.
No, baby.
But I was thinking, I bet our kids would be weird. But in a good way, Like, because your weird is 100 times my weird. I mean, they'll be beautiful babies and intelligent too, but
Yes, it will.
weird. Like genius weird. Like creating inventions by the age of 10 to change the world weird. Speaking languages we ain't never heard of weird. Baby, have I ever told you that I love your weird? And baby, I wouldn't change a thing about you. Your body is the perfect masterpiece. I love how God shaped and framed your temple. Yeah. Erica, Beyonce, and Nicki Minaj got nice bodies, but it's your Coke bottle frame that has my eyes. And even if you turn it to a milk carton,
Baby.
I would still admire your size. Squeeze your thighs and tell you that every pound on you is mine. I want you to be mine.
Okay.
I want to be your first and your last lover. It's silly, but sometimes I get jealous and think about the guys who used to like you in elementary.
Oh, boy.
Now, I wish I could go back and start spreading rumors about how you had cooties
Boy.
so they can ignore your beauty. And when they bully you, I take their lunch money.
Okay.
Now I go buy you jungle juice and hot chips and Kool-Aid packets for you to lick off your fingers. And though I have no rhythm,
No, you don't.
I will happily dance to the tune of your offbeat song. And though you can't sing,
Wait.
I would gladly play your voice on repeat until we are 109. I want to grow old with you. I want to stand on the mountaintop and scream, I love you, Darla! So the whole world will know. I don't do well with writing love poems.
It's okay.
But your hand in marriage has forced me to step outside my comfort zone.
Oh, my God.
Darla Jackson, would you please
Yes.
marry me?
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh.
Oh.
It's so beautiful. It looked like me.
You like it?
Oh, baby. Oh. I was finally happy. I was finally happy. Everywhere we went, I would tell random people and strangers, we Beyonce, y'all. 4 long years of watering this garden, and I was finally about to seek my harvest. This man was trading in his ace of spades for my heart. He was all in, and so was I.
Yeah, boy. I did it. Man, I asked her to marry me. What'd she say? She said, yeah. What do you think she said? She said, yeah. Man, am I dreaming? And somebody pinch me. Hey, if I'm dreaming, hey, don't wake me.
Baby, you love me.
Baby, you know I love you.
Do you for real?
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Niggas. You ever hear the saying, you can't just put a Band-Aid on it and expect everything to be okay? Child, truth is, the same thing applies to love. You can't just put a ring on the woman and expect the man to change. He just couldn't get rid of his old habits.
Man, it was autumn. My leaves had turned back to their old colors. Summer had just left, but I swear it felt like winter because it was so damn cold. Yeah, I fucked up again. But this time it wasn't through text messages, but still disloyalty all the same. But this time, I didn't just lose the love of my life, I lost our future child as well.
I was so angry, confused. I mean, just yesterday, I was 100% sure about life. Now, I'm not sure what life is or isn't. I got in my car and I just drove for hours. I could barely see anything on the road. My tears blurred my vision. I felt like I was drowning again. These damn waters felt so familiar. I swore that I would never swim here again. The nurse said to get undressed, and the doctor will be in soon. here I was, alone, in this cold clinic. I done what I thought was best, you know. I always told myself that I'd never give birth to a bastard child. Selfish, I know. But I watched my mama struggle all my life. And that wasn't gonna be me. No. That wasn't gonna be me. He wasn't gonna leave me alone with no baby. So I laid there and I let them take my flower, my precious flower from my garden.
She loved me, then she hate me, then she loved me again. She hate me, then she loved me, then she hate me again. It's just a big old circle we can't get out of. Well, I guess y'all heard the news. I'm not gonna be no papa no more. I ain't mad, but I am hurt. I still love her, though. I still love her. It's like Charlotte created this web, and we've been tangled in it ever since. And I have to admit, I don't mind being trapped in such a love. There's no doubt that we were meant to be, but I've come to wonder, does meant to be come with a time limit? I mean, does meant to be mean forever? Or does meant to be come with an expiration date?
I'd vote that it does. Our love was like a ticking time bomb, and then bam, blow up in my damn face. Many people look at me and say what they would or wouldn't do. But honestly, how would you know? You ain't had a love like this. Now, I won't act like I was perfect in the situation because, honestly, I wasn't. I won't act like I had no parts in my own demise because I did. Time and time and time again, my intuition kept telling me not to go back. But what did I do? I went back. Love is hard work. And I love that man. Nothing about love is ever easy. But for now, that chapter is over.
I recently read an article in the Huffington Post by Heidi Priebe that just made all the sense in the world to me. The headline read, "We don't always end up with the love of our lives, and that's okay." It went on to read, "I believe in big love. I talk and date like I don't. I have no frivolous expectations for romance, or I'm not looking to get swept off my feet. I am one of those rare, perhaps slightly jaded individuals who happens to believe in the hookup culture. and is happy to live in an age where monogamy is not necessarily the norm. But I believe in big love because I've had it. I've had that massive love, that all-consuming love, that I can't believe this exists in the physical realm of this planet kind of love. The kind of love that erupts into an uncontrollable blaze and then simmers down to embers and burns comfortably and quietly for years. I mean, the kind of love they write novels and symphonies about. The kind of love that teaches more than you ever thought you could learn and gives back infinitely more than it ever took. It's that love of your life kind of love. And I believe it works like this. Now, if you're lucky, you get to meet the love of your life. You get to be with them, to learn from them, to give the whole of yourself over to them and allow their influences to change you in unfathomable measures. It's an experience like nothing else on the face of this earth. But here's what the fairy tale don't tell you. Sometimes we find the love of our lives, but we don't always get to keep them. I mean, we don't get to marry them. We don't get to grow old alongside them. We don't get to hold their hands at their deathbed after a life lived well and together. We don't always get to hold on to the love of our lives because in this world, love doesn't conquer all. It doesn't resolve irreparable differences. It doesn't triumph over illness or disease. It doesn't bridge religious rifts or saves us from ourselves when we are corrupting. Man, we don't get to hold on to the love of our lives because sometimes love is not all that there is. And sometimes you want a small house in the country with 3 kids and they want a bustling career in the city. Sometimes it's a whole wide world for you to go out and explore, and they scared to venture out of their backyard. Sometimes your dreams are just bigger than one another. Sometimes the best thing for you to do is just let each other go. Other times you don't get that choice. Here's something else they don't tell you about finding the love of your life. Not ending up with them does not disqualify their significance. Some people can love you more in a year than others could in 50. Some people can teach you more in a single day than others could over the course of your lifetime. Some people come into your life for a particular period of time and make such an impact that no one else could quite match or replace. Now, who are we to call these people anything but the love of our lives? Who are we to disqualify their significance, erase their memories, or alter the way in which they changed us simply because our paths diverged? Who are we to desperately try to find someone else, someone's more, a bigger, better, stronger, more passionate person to share our life with? Huh? Who are we? Maybe, just maybe, we ought to be grateful that we got to know them people at all. That we got to love them and learn from them and have our life like flourish and expand as a result of having known them. Meeting and letting go the love of your life does not have to be your life's single greatest tragedy. If you let it, it can be your greatest blessing. Think about it. Some people don't get to meet him at all.